What's good? What's good? What's good? Welcome back. Welcome back to the Cool Reviews. And today we talking about lesbbq.com. We smoke the finest meats. But we're gonna be talking about LESBBQ and pop up he did over the weekend in Houston, Texas. And we also gonna talk about black women versus black business. I know it might be controversial, but we're gonna talk about that because I own a black business for over 10 years. And if anybody ever seen the video that just went viral about the black girl that had the group of black women that came in and ran out on a big ass tab. But I really just want to talk about black business and how black people see black businesses. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna jump into some of these videos that's on TikTok, and they're talking about LES and how his prices and stuff like that. So we're gonna jump right on in. Let me pull this video up. Damn, I hated that when they do that. Hold on 1 second, trying to pull up the video. Still trying to figure out how to work this Apple. This Apple be tripping.
Okay, so reporting live from Houston, Texas, literally less than zero point 0.5 miles from Social Junkie, where Les Barbecue did a pop-up, and who else, baby?
Chicken King.
And Chicken King. So I would love to give my review as a person who was able to do the quote-unquote VIP skip the line, which allowed us to sit in Social Junkie and have our food brought to us. Me, my girlfriend, and her friend were able to walk because, like I said, we literally live by Kiss. And if you're from Houston, you know that Social Junkie is literally around the corner. The corner is all the way, the line is all the way down the street. So everyone's anticipation is like these oxtails and these publicized peach wings are going to be amazing. Mind you, the peach wings were supposed to come with macaroni and cheese, rice, and collard greens. Keyword, supposed to be. So we get there, reservation time for 11:30. Mind you, you had to put $200 down to even reserve a space to sit inside of Social Junkie, and you had to run up your tab to $200. Whatever he's selling online, whatever he's debuting, this is for Les Barbecue, is not what he produced here. You cannot call it Texas barbecue when all you have is smoke. I mean, no flavor on the meat. And when I say no flavor on the meat, we had to eat the quote-unquote oxtail rice or dirty rice with the oxtail to get some flavor. Also, a real pit master will have their own sauce. Why are you giving us a small little container of Sweet Baby Ray's and hot sauce? I don't know where in the history of barbecue do people have to dredge their meat in hot sauce. Okay. So the plate had a really big oxtail and two small ones, oxtail sausage link, no flavor, and a scoop of rice. Let me not get that far. Anyone who eats oxtails is a real oxtailologist, knows that you don't leave not one oxtail unturned. You eat it to the bone, then you ask somebody if you can have a to-go plate. You don't pack up oxtails that you've been eating on for 2 hours to go home, so that should let you know the quality of the meat. It didn't have any flavor. Everybody, all three of us, were like, where's the turkey neck man at? He was off of Cullen. The chicken god waitress comes back. Yeah. So he doesn't have any sides. Excuse me? Not only did he not have any sides, he did not even bring his peach wings, which you were pubbing on Instagram. And then literally the wings that you were selling for $13, mind you, the plate was $30. Okay. So why is this five wings $13 if we had wings, mac and cheese, greens, and rice for $30? Do your math, make it make sense. Um, all he's doing is giving like drumettes, and she was like, and to be honest, the wings are small. So my baby was like, you know what, just cancel it. The people adjacent from us ordered the wings. The fact that they took a bite of the wings and put the wing down in disgust and said this wing has no flavor. We had better wings at the hookah spot in Mo City yesterday. I said, well, I don't know if y'all ordered the oxtail plate, but you're going to be highly disappointed. You're going to be highly disappointed because the meat doesn't have any flavor. Nice smoke, but you need to eat it with something. You got to have some sauce on it because the oxtail is fucking dry. The rice, dry. Sausage, dry. Casing, hard as hell. It ain't even a crisp casing. Like when you bite into a sausage, you're supposed to hear a little crunch. You don't hear nothing. You got to literally cut the casing up off the sausage. On the sign outside, it says $70 for a bowl. Mind you, on his website, it's $50. So Houston, he already getting 25 up on you. Oh, well, actually 30 up on you. By the time we decided to close out and go get some turkey necks because we were still hungry and we did not care to eat these oxtails, the bill for 3 bowls was $288. $288 divided by 3 is $97. Never in history have I spent $97 on 3 oxtails, a spoonful of rice, and a sausage that you can't even get up out the casing. I decided it was my mission to tell everybody, do not waste your money. If you want to support black business, split it. Is it worth $100? Fuck no. I don't know what this Negro was doing back in the day. I looked at some of his old posts. His meat looked tender. His meat looked juicy. It didn't just have this bark on it and it was dry as shit, needing to guzzle down water. And for $100 for 3 oxtails and a scoop of rice. Not only did he not proportion all of his bowls correctly because he's just trying to make profit, because that's what black people do to black people, it was not even like consistent. And Chicken King, we don't know what the hell you were even doing there because they said that you didn't have any salt nor pepper on your wings. People were dipping the whole wing in ranch to get a little bit of flavor. What I encourage people is stop looking at social media to look at the hype. Anything that's too hyped up probably ain't really that good, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And that's just facts. But we literally went off Cullen on the south side.
Man. Look, let me tell you something about being a back. I can't even talk. I'm so pissed off because I've heard stories like this before. I've seen stories like this before, and they always come from the same demographic. And I got a few different videos that I pulled down off of TikTok, so y'all can just see what I'm talking about. Some of the hardest customers ever to please is black women, especially when you a black man ran business. If you ever notice, when black women have businesses, they always make sure they put black women on business. Maybe because they know better. But when you a black dude, if you get a group of black women, you're gonna have knots in your stomach. The only black woman that consistently ever did good business on a consistent basis was strippers. But I did have a limousine and party bus company, and strippers understand customer service and stuff like that. They was always the best customers. But a lot of black people don't understand the cost of doing business. Marketing, the advertising, the food costs. Food is so hard to flip a profit. People do not understand how hard it is to flip profit when it comes to food. And that's one of the hardest businesses to. Anybody will tell you that. A food business, most of them restaurants and stuff like that lose money quick. And especially if they trying to cater to black folks, because you got to keep the prices super duper low. But if you want to make money, especially in the food business, you're going to spend money on marketing. You're going to spend money on advertising. If you want a good product, you're going to spend money on the actual product. And if you only try to cater to black women as a black male business, and especially when it comes to food, you ain't going to make it. You ain't. And I'm gonna go through some more videos, and I'm just gonna let you see how ridiculous this is. But I'm gonna show y'all some good videos versus the videos of people that's just doing all the complaining. So I'm gonna pull up another one. Let's keep it going.
To answer this, we had no idea that taxes and gratuity was going to be added to the 3 bowls. Okay, we did not know. What we did is we reserved a table inside Social Junkie, just like a person could do on any regular day.
What we did know is that.
What we did know is that the bowl was supposed to be $70. When we finished the meal, we're saying close out because they brought the food from outside in. She said it's $288, and we all said, how? She said, oh, because there's 20% gratuity as well as a tax, which the people on the outside who stood in line for 5 and 6, 7, 8 hours, they didn't do that. They had the option to put tax or to pay a gratuity. We did not have that option. So that's how the bill was $288 for 3 bowls.
Okay. Now look, when you go to a lot of different restaurants, you already know if it's a group or in certain situations. And I gotta be honest, we gotta be honest about this. Anytime you go to a black owned restaurant, 9 times out of 10, they gonna add gratuity. They adding the 20%. And you lucky if they actually even put it on a receipt that they add percent. Because a lot of times they won't even tell you that they added the 20% on there. So you gotta be lucky if they even told you that the 20% was already added. Because a lot of times they don't. But she said too that she talked to the waitress. What people gotta understand is just think they rented a building. LES not only did he have to come, then he had to rent a location, okay, get all the food, all the supplies, and he had to hire a staff. And I'm pretty sure he hired somebody to hire a staff for while he was down in Houston. Y'all don't think all this stuff costs? See, y'all don't look at the price of everything. You know what I'm saying? It took for him to even come down to Houston and put on an event that big. He probably had to pay at least 15 people or more before he touched the profit. But y'all don't see that. Y'all don't see that. And I tell you, one thing I learned early, a lot of people have champagne taste on beer money. You want the best customer service. You want the best quality of food. You want the best. You want them to bow down, serve you at your feet, kiss your toes, make sure ice stay in your cup the whole time. Your lemons are cut perfectly with no seeds in it for $12. It don't work that way. This man, we've all seen this dude hustle from what's the name of Honey? I think that was the name of that pit, Honey, all the way up to what he rocking with now. Y'all can see how he putting it seemed like every dollar back into his business. You don't see him stunting. You don't see him fronting. You don't see him doing what Turkey Leg Hut did. This dude is putting his money back in his business. You don't see no No whole bunch of cars and big houses and showing off and all that for the gram. All you see is Texas in every way. I'm making these candy red oxtail pizzas. I'm making these oxtail egg rolls. I'm making these oxtail pasta salads. That's all you see. He's literally putting all his money back into his business, and all y'all could do is, man, this price is too high. Y'all don't tell Ocean Prime they price is too high. Y'all don't tell True Lux they price is too high. But when it comes to a black man owned business, his price is too high. Let's keep going. Let's keep it going.
This is the most expensive oxtail in the entire world. It's official, they're finally here, the oxtails that have left TikTok in an uproar. And I couldn't help myself because what would a barbecue plate be without some links? Oxtail links, that is. Usually you can sit down and get these at a restaurant, but people have been ordering them, and that's what's kind of caused this uproar because these things, I ain't gonna cap, they're kind of expensive as that. Between the 4 oxtails and the 3 links, this came out to a total of about 190 bucks. They had 2 different flavors available online. I got the true red candy oxtail and the famous OG oxtail. And the links are oxtail infused beef. I'm gonna start with the OG, make my way over to the candied, and then we'll finish with the links. And now for the official taste test, the famous OG oxtail. Bon appetit. Now, I know myself, I cook some really good oxtail, and I've had a lot of good oxtail because it's literally one of my favorite meats. But this is the best oxtail that I think I've ever had in my entire life. It's freaking up there. And now I'm gonna try that true candy bread oxtail. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh my God. This is that meat that make it sing, sing. This is the gasolina. I have to say it again. I saw a lot of those videos where people were hating on this stuff, and I guarantee you have not tried this, because if you did try this, you can tell that the owner of this company has spent a lot of time perfecting what he has come up with. Because I can almost promise you that no matter where you go, you will not find an oxtail that tastes this good. And now it's time for this sausage. Look at how big this thing is. It's literally like, it's like half the size of my face. And I got a big face, okay? I got a big face. Bon appetit. Oh my God, this shit tastes so good. And I'd also like to point out that this is the first time I've ever had oxtail and a sausage, and I don't think I could ever go back. I am here to confirm that this is fire. This is the most expensive oxtail in the entire world. It's official, they're finally here.
So now you look at this guy's review. He ain't even black. Or maybe he is. Maybe he mixed or something. But this dude said it was, it's funny because he did say the most expensive oxtail in the world. But is he complaining? Is he talking down? Is he bashing the business? And you can tell that the review was an honest review. And even when he bit into that oxtail sausage, you heard the crisp on that casing. I'm telling you, there are some people that come to your business just to shit on your name. There are some people that will come to your business just to talk down. You can do everything perfect. You can do everything to the best of your ability. And there are certain people that when they come to your establishment, they complain. That's literally why they came. They came to complain. They came to complain. That's why they came to your business. And I'm telling you, I've seen it firsthand. I remember, I'm going to tell y'all a little story. So I remember when I had my limousine company. And I had this group called, and they said, hey, do you have a limousine for 4 hours? And I was like, yeah, they was actually asking for a party bus. And it was like, do it C20. I said, C20. I do it for $100 a person. Now, when I had my limousine company, right, the average cost of a party bus is at least $150 an hour, especially when you're doing 20 people. Then they asked me, so what year is the party bus? Then they asked me, well, how soft are the seats in the party bus? Can you send me some pictures? Answered all the questions, right? This is going to be funny, right? I answered all the questions. I sent them pictures of the party bus, everything. And I said, I do it for $100. $100 an hour. I'm giving them a deal because I heard it was black people. Okay, we're going to look around, and then what we'll do, we'll call you back. 4 hours later. I get a call from another limousine company that's located out in Dallas. And they said, hey, do you have an availability for this weekend? And I was like, yeah, I got an availability. What you got? And it was like, hey, we got these people called. They said they need a 20 passenger for an event. And so we're overbooked. And can you do it? And I was like, yeah, I'll do it. Cool. So then, boom, crazy shit ever, right? How about the customer that the other company sent me was the same people that called me 4 hours earlier? But this company charged them $175 an hour. But this company wasn't black owned. Mm-mm. And they charged them an extra $75 an hour plus 20% gratuity. So boom, when I go pick the people up, right? You know what I'm saying? I got the print. I got the printout. The dude emailed me everything. And so at the beginning of the night, I was like, oh shoot, these are the same people that called me. Boom, they get on the bus. They have a good time all night. They having a good time. They turned up. They all on the party bus. They having a good time. You know what I'm saying? They turn. So at the end of the night, I'm like, hey, I was talking to the person that booked. I was like, hey, you have a good time? They was like, yeah. I said, how did you enjoy the bus? They was like, oh man, we had a good time. We really enjoyed our experience on the bus. We really appreciate you for for doing our party tonight. It was, and they was like, man, because when every party, I always try to be on time and everything like that. So then at the end, right? See, when you're the owner, you can do whatever you want to do, right? What they gonna say? You your own boss. I say, so hey, you remember earlier today you called a limousine company and they quoted you $100 an hour? She was like, yeah. I said, that was me. So they paid an extra $75 an hour plus 20% gratuity to go through a white company and still get me when they called me earlier and I had only charged them $100 an hour. But see, that's how we do to each other. We talk this support black, buy black, da 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 da. We ain't really with that for real. But see, the lesson I learned from that, the lesson I learned from that is never give black people a deal. Because we are programmed to think if it costs more, it's better. If it comes from white folks, it's better. And that wasn't the only time that happened to me over the 10 years I was in the limousine business. Because I used to, when you in a party bus in a limousine business, you contract with other companies around town because people get overflow. And I'm telling you, that's what black folks do. Let's keep it going.
So I see a lot of people giving Les Barbecue a hard time right now over selling $70 oxtails. You guys got to remember, there's always somebody out there willing to pay the price that you think your food or whatever it is you're trying to sell is valued at. There's always somebody out there. The only difference is, could you market, whatever it is properly? Could you do what Les does? Because the way he's marketing his stuff is amazing. And whenever his videos pop up, I like them just to help the algorithm get it to the right people that's willing to spend that $70. I'm not willing to spend $70 on oxtails, and that's perfectly fine. There's so much that you could learn from Les besides what he sells his food for. If you look at how he markets, how he keeps his place clean, there's a lot to like pick apart there outside of how much he's selling his food for, guys. Like I said, there's always somebody out there willing to pay what you value, whatever it is you're selling at price. That's the bottom line. And again, if you could market whatever it is you do as good as he does, you'll be winning too.
Let's talk about it. Marketing. Motherfucking marketing. Dude, y'all people don't understand how much it costs for advertising and marketing. I remember when I was in the limousine business, I was spending sometimes $800-900 a month just on marketing and advertising. And that was on the low end. I knew people was paying over $2,000 a month in marketing and advertising. So when you look at lesbbq.com, we smoke the finest meats. Everybody know his taglines. Everybody know Texas in every way. All of that. You know his marketing. You know his taglines. You know I got them candy reds. You know all of that. Why? Because he put a lot of time and effort into marketing and advertising his company, and that shit ain't free. You see the logos on everything? That shit ain't free. That costs. It's like y'all want him to sell some backyard barbecue plates for $5. That man, and the crazy part is we've seen him grow. It's not like he popped up out of nowhere. We've been seeing him over the last few years grow from barbecuing on honey when we got to pop that bad boy up. That big heavy grill he got, and he still got honey. He traveled with honey. So now he got the big, huge industrial smokers where he just throw them in there and they rotate. It look like he can do 2,000 at a time. And then we seen how he moved into the building, and now he got about 5 or 6 of them bad boys in there. It's not like he's putting his money in the bullshit in the cars and jets and stuff like that, like some of y'all want to do when y'all sell a few wigs, a few lashes, or you know what I'm saying, you sell a few plates and now you got to go get a Maserati. Nah. You can see that this dude is putting his money back into his business. And think about how much that advertising and that marketing costs to do that event out there in Houston. That wasn't free. That was not free. So y'all talking about the prices, but y'all don't understand what this man had to go through to pop that event off. All y'all talking about is, man, it was $75. I'm telling y'all now, y'all can think I'm lying. But I bet off a $75 bowl, he probably made $15. When it's all said and done, I bet off of each $75 bowl, he made $15, if that much. If I'm lying, I'm flying. If I could talk to him, if I can interview him, actually, I do know somebody that know him. But I bet you off of that $75 bowl, he may have made $15. Maybe 10. I say between $10 and $15 with all the overhead that it took to pull that event out. But y'all want to hate. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. We're going to keep up with it. We're gonna keep it pushing.
H Town in the building. What it do, Les? They lined up. Let's go.
We're in the middle of the city, social junkies.
Yes, sir.
And we popped up. Stay tuned.
Bless the belly. They about to bless their belly. You dig? Yes, sir. Softballs, man. That thing tender. Oh, Les, what we doing? The Texas way, man. Bless the belly. Look at the line. Hey, man. They going crazy, man. Come on. The Texas way. Bless the belly. Okay, bet. Woo.
So Les, the barbecue.
Homie looked like he was having a good time. Man, y'all seen how moist them, man. Hey, I got some oxtails on the grill right now. But hey, y'all see, it was a good time out there. The food looked good. How's it when the dudes show it, it looked great, and the women show it looked like shit? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just saying. This is what I noticed. I knew a girl or a young lady that had a beauty supply business. You know, we talking about support black business, right? I knew a black woman that had a black beauty business, and she had really, really good prices. And I would go by there all the time. I would buy stuff for my daughters. And she told me, if you ever see anything here, you can compare it to Walmart or other companies. And if you get it cheaper there, I'll do comparison prices. I never went in that business and saw more than 10 people in there, ever. The whole time she was open. And she was open for years. I really applauded her for being open. And then, when she ended up having to go out of business sale. Because black folks really don't support black business like Mexicans support Mexican business and Asians support Asian business and so forth and so on. But when she ended up going out of business, that's when I seen all the customers. When you put that closing going out of business sign up, that's when all the people show up. We didn't know it was her. Her prices was too high. All excuses. But they sure find you when everything is half price off. Y'all don't support black business. No, y'all don't. Y'all want us to give y'all the cheapest price for everything we have, because you comparing it to how much you can get it from the dollar store or Sally's or, the barbecue truck on the corner. But when we really try to do good business, y'all ain't trying to fuck with us like that. No, y'all ain't. Stop capping. Let me get back to it.
Oxtail master got y'all paying $100 for 2 oxtails and some dirty rice somewhere in Texas. I know it's some mad ass folk on this app, because I heard somebody said you had to pay $200 just to go to this event where this man named Les, the barbecue master, was barbecuing oxtails. The lady said the oxtails was so bad that they didn't have no flavor to them, and they had the nerve to give you a container of the Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce to put on top of some $100 oxtails. Last time I checked, I went to the meat store. It was a whole oxtail in there for like $60. That's the meat store. Cut, whole oxtail. Now, Publix, you want to talk about Publix? I bought my mom some because I don't know how to cook oxtails, but I need to learn. My mama cooked some oxtails from Publix, and I think I paid $15 to $16 a pack with 2 in there from Publix, but they were real pretty, real big. But in Texas, y'all doing it big, because ain't no way in the hell I'd pay $100 for 2 oxtails sitting on the top of some dirty rice, because the lady said if it wasn't for the rice, the oxtail would have no flavor. Y'all let somebody bamboozle and hoodwink y'all. You know what I'm saying? In Texas, that's how y'all doing it. You mean to tell me I can start a business and get my husband, put some oxtails on the smoker we got out back, and I can sell the plates for $100 a plate. Not only that, I can charge people $200 and rent out a place. I can charge them $200 just to come and eat the oxtails, and then spend $100 for 2 of them. I'm in the wrong business. I got to see about this, but I don't blame Les. I blame y'all, because last I checked, who in the hell gonna spend $200 to eat 2 oxtails that you gotta pay $100 for? So $300 for an event, and then the oxtails was trash. I ain't never ate a piece of meat, a steak, or nothing that was worth no $100 or $200 just to go in there. Y'all let this be a lesson learned. Y'all stop following these trends. Stick to what you know. Go to the meat store and get your grandma or great auntie to cook the oxtails for you. Or go to Publix. Go to Publix. They got some pretty oxtails in there. And find somebody in your family to cook them, season them down real good. I'm quite sure you know somebody to cook some oxtail. You can save a whole lot of money. There's a lot of mad ass folks on this app about that oxtail. This man named Les, the barbecue master. You gotta be a damn shame of yourself. But I know your pocket's fat. Boy, I tell you, y'all been hoodwinked and bamboozled up there in Texas. Cause down in Alabama, ain't nobody finna do that. We don't play that. So
Whew, she wasn't even there. I heard this, I heard that, I heard. We don't do this where I'm from. If he show up there, he gonna be able to run the same play because he's marketed and advertised his food to a point where everybody wants it. I heard, man, ooh, I'm really getting in my feelings right now, so I need to relax a little bit. But I heard, man, that's so whack to me. You talking about what you heard, and this is what we do to each other. This is what we do to each other. I heard it wasn't good. I heard it was dry. I heard this. I heard that. I heard this. It could be 800. It could be 800 people there, literally. And if three black girls call one of their friends and give a bad review, that's what's gonna be all over internet. That's gonna be all over everything. Girl, his food was nasty. His food was dry. His customer service sucked. He was mean. Da 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 da. Y'all don't do that to no. Y'all don't do that to them white folks like that. Mm-hmm. Y'all couldn't wait to try to tear this brother down, but it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. That brother, that's a righteous brother. He showed every day how hard he out there working with them oxtails. He cut them. And let me tell y'all this. Do y'all know how much a pack of oxtails costs? Plain? A good pack of oxtails with like maybe 8 of them, if you lucky. Nah, really like about 5. Is about what, $30? A pack of 5 oxtails is like $30. You still gotta season them, and it's gonna take you a good 5 or 6 hours to smoke some oxtails. Then you gotta braise them because oxtails is a stubborn piece of meat. It's gonna take you about 5 or 6 hours to really get them oxtails where they're falling off the bone. And you gotta season them. You gotta put in some work. And y'all wanna come on here and complain, talking about what you heard. You wasn't even there. And now you talking about I heard. And then we talking about support black business. Yeah, whatever.
Holy sh! Holy sh!
Okay.
He didn't seem to have a problem with him. Oh wait, maybe because he ain't black. Maybe black people just do black businesses dirty. Maybe it's just a black thing. Because he sure didn't seem to have a problem with him. And his mama or his sister, whoever that was sitting next to him, didn't seem to have a problem with him. It's only one demographic of people that's online doing a whole bunch of complaining. Let's keep it going.
So, reporting live from Houston, Texas, literally less than 0.5 miles from Social Junkie, where Les Barbecue did a pop up And who else, baby?
Chicken King.
And Chicken King. So I would love to give my review as a person who was able to do the quote unquote VIP skip the line, which allowed us to sit in Social Junkie and have our food brought to us. Me, my girlfriend, and her friend were able to walk because, like I said, we literally live by Kiss. And if you're from Houston, you know that Social Junkie is literally around the corner. The corner is all the way, the line is all the way down the street. So everyone's anticipation is like these oxtails and these publicized peach wings are going to be amazing. Mind you, the peach wings were supposed to come with macaroni and cheese, rice, and collard greens. Keyword supposed to be. So we get there, reservation time for 11:30. Mind you, you had to put $200 down to even reserve a space to sit inside of Social Junkie, and you had to like run up your tab to $200. Whatever he's selling online, whatever he's debuting, this is for Les Barbecue, is not what he produced here. You cannot call it Texas barbecue when all you have is smoke.
Okay, yeah. I think I already played that video. I think I already played that one. But what I will say is, people, man, we got to do better. We got to do better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just gonna turn this man down because he charged what he needed to charge. And I'm telling y'all, if an oxtail plate was $75, believe me, he walked away with maybe $15, maybe 10, probably really off after all the marketing, promotion, advertising, food costs. Think about how much a pack. Go to Winco, go to Sam's, go to the butcher shop, and get a pack of oxtails, a pack of 5 nice size oxtails, and come back and put in the comments how much that one pack was. It's gonna be out damn near at least $35. And he probably bought about 1,000 or more oxtails. That overhead on them oxtails is expensive as hell. Then he got the oxtail sausage, the size, whatever size he had. And think about how much time it took him to get all that prepared. They probably start cooking that the night before and let them oxtails just braise and do what it do, when it's time to do it. Because y'all can't wait. You can't wait for no food. You want your food to your table in 5 to 10 minutes. So that means a lot of he was smoking oxtails and them sausages the night before just to get it ready for y'all. Then he was there shaking hands, taking pictures, autographs, selling merch. And all y'all women can do is come online and complain. Yeah, that's how we do black-owned businesses, though. That's how we do black-owned businesses, though. I'm going to play a little bit of this video. I'm going to talk about it. And then after that, I'm going to be out. But if y'all still watching, make sure y'all like, y'all share, y'all subscribe. Check out some of my other videos. And I appreciate it. Let's keep it going.
Okay, so reporting live from Houston, Texas, literally less than 0.5 miles from Social Junkie, where Les Barbecue did a pop-up. And who else, baby?
Chicken King.
And Chicken King. So I would love to give my review as a person who was able to do the quote-unquote VIP skip the line, which allowed us to sit in Social Junkie and have our food brought to us. Me, my girlfriend, and her friend were able to walk because, like I said, we literally live by Kiss. And if you're from Houston, you know that Social Junkie is literally around the corner. The corner is all the way, the line is all the way down the street. So everyone's anticipation is like these oxtails and these publicized peach wings are going to be amazing. Mind you, the peach wings were supposed to come with macaroni and cheese, rice, and collard greens. Keyword, supposed to be. So we get there, reservation time for 11:30. Mind you, you had to put $200 down to even reserve a space to sit inside of Social Junkie, and you had to like run up your tab to $200. Whatever he's selling online, whatever he's debuting, this is for Les Barbecue, is not what he produced here. You cannot call it Texas barbecue when all you have is smoke. I mean, no flavor on the meat. And when I say no flavor on the meat, we had to eat the quote unquote oxtail rice or dirty rice with the oxtail to get some flavor. Also, a real pit master will have their own sauce. Why are you giving us a small little container of Sweet Baby Ray's and hot sauce? I don't know where in the history of barbecue do people have to dredge their meat in hot sauce. Okay. So the plate had a really big oxtail and two small ones, oxtail sausage link, no flavor, and a scoop of rice. Let me not get that far. Anyone who eats oxtails is a real oxtailologist, knows that you don't leave not one oxtail unturned. You eat it to the bone, then you ask somebody if you can have a to-go plate. You don't pack up oxtails that you've been eating on for 2 hours to go home, so that should let you know the quality of the meat. It didn't have any flavor. Everybody, all three of us, were like, where's the turkey neck man at? He was off of Cullen. The chicken god waitress comes back. Yeah. So he doesn't have any sides. Excuse me? Not only did he not have any sides, he did not even bring his peach wings, which you were pubbing on Instagram. And then literally the wings that you were selling for $13, mind you, the plate was $30. Okay. So why is just 5 wings $13 if we had wings, mac and cheese, greens, and rice for $30? Do your math, make it make sense. All he's doing is giving like drumettes, and she was like, and to be honest, the wings are small. So my baby was like, you know what, just cancel it. The people adjacent from us ordered the wings. The fact that they took a bite of the wings and put the wing down in disgust and said this wing has no flavor. We had better wings at the hookah spot in Mo City yesterday. I said, well, I don't know if y'all ordered the oxtail plate, but you're going to be highly disappointed. You're going to be highly disappointed because the meat doesn't have any flavor. Nice smoke, but you need to eat it with something. You got to have some sauce on it because the oxtail is fucking dry. The rice, dry. Sausage, dry. Casing, hard as hell. It ain't even a crisp casing. Like when you bite into a sausage, you're supposed to hear a little crunch. You don't hear nothing. You got to literally cut the casing up off the sausage. On the sign outside, it says $70 for a bowl. Mind you, on his website, it's $50. So Houston, he already getting 25 up on you. Well, actually 30 up on you. By the time we decided to close out and go get some turkey necks because we were still hungry and we did not care to eat these oxtails, the bill for 3 bowls was $288. $288 divided by 3 is $97. Never in history have I spent $97 on 3 oxtails, a spoonful of rice, and a sausage that you can't even get up out the casing. I decided it was my mission to tell everybody, do not waste your money. If you want to support Black business, split it. Is it worth $100? Fuck no. I don't know what this Negro was doing back in the day. I looked at some of his old posts. His meat looked tender. His meat looked juicy. It didn't just have this bark on it and it was dry as shit, needing to guzzle down water. And for $100? $100 for 3 oxtails and a scoop of rice. Not only did he not proportion all of his bowls correctly because he's just trying to make profit, because that's what black people do to black people, it was not even like consistent. And Chicken King, we don't know what the hell you were even doing there, because they said that you didn't have any salt nor pepper on your wings. People were dipping the whole wing in ranch to get a little bit of flavor. What I encourage people is stop looking at social media to look at the hype. Anything that's too hyped up probably ain't really that good, because if it's too good to be true, it probably is. And that's just facts. But we literally went off Cullen on the south side to get some turkey.
Man, this really upsets me, to be honest with you. Uh, and I hate it. I hate it for us. Okay, gotta come in from Twitch. Uh, I hate it for us. I hated that we do this to each other. But this is what we do routinely to black-owned businesses, and especially the women that we call our sisters. If I'm just gonna be honest with you, like I said, I know a lot of black people that own black businesses, and it's always the same story. Always the same story. The worst guest to walk in, to give you knots in your stomach, to give you the bubble guts. We know who they are. I ain't even gonna say it no more. I remember I had drivers that used to say, "Hey, what color are they?" When I say, "Hey, I got to run for a birthday party," the first thing they would ask, "What color are they?" It's just how it is. It's just how it is. And when they say why businesses don't thrive in the black community, that's why. When they say, crazy part is you can go to any hood. Think about it, y'all. Y'all can go to any hood right now, and it's gonna be a nasty ass Chinese food restaurant that's been there for about 10 years, and y'all still going. It's a nasty ass Chinese food restaurant in dang near every hood that's been there for at least 5, 10 years, and black people still go. Them nasty ass chicken wings in the gas station, y'all still pay for them. Them nasty ass burritos, y'all still pay for them. And it blows how we treat each other when it comes to black businesses. But if I really looked at it, we don't value each other nowhere. The only place that a black man can make a lot of money from y'all is in the church. If he your pastor, he lie to you, he feeds your insecurities, you'll give him all your money. That's pretty much the only place though. That's the only black business that really can make real good money, no matter where it's at, is the black church. Y'all will get a black church, all your money, as long as they lie to you, feed your insecurity, and make sure you feel good. But hey, that's how it is. That's how it always gonna be. And that's why, like Dr. Claude Anderson said, we're gonna be a permanent underclass. You know, it is what it is. Thank you for tuning in to the cool reviews. I just had to get that off of my chest. Y'all have a wonderful day. I'm out.